Hello. Oh, well, I can't find my backpack. I thought my backpack was in my truck. I was gonna bring like gloves and extra shirt and all sorts of gear, but now I'm just going with no backpack. So thought I'd film it because things happen. I'm too lazy to put on my gaiters, which would, help me down there by my boots. So, for those of you that don't know, gaiters are like nylon coverings that go over your lower legs. So I'm here at Wallace Falls State Park. Show you a waterfall today. It's going to be flowing hard because we've had a few big rainstorms here. Remember I told you November is the rainiest month? We're going to get some sun next week here. So this is a pretty good map. Over the years, I've camped at Jay Lake, swam at Wallace Lake. I've never walked up this forest road here. Somebody told me it's boring and it's really far. So today I'm going to walk up this forest road, take the long way, then I cut down to the other trail and then walk up to Middle Falls Viewpoint. I've had lots of Bigfoot encounters here. I even had one say goodbye to me once here in the parking lot. It walked all the way out. There's a gate down there that I had to get out of my car and open to leave one night in the spring, and the Sasquatch tapped on my trunk of my car 3 times to let me know that they were with me, because I was gonna go do an overnighter at Jay Lake, but there was too much snow. And so I turned around, and that was back when I was kind of buddies with the Bigfoots, because I used to stay overnight up there, and they were curious about me. It's like, who is this dude up here in the wintertime? So like they do things like they'll walk down with you. Like say I'm walking on the forest road. They'll walk with you. But like I told you, they're interdimensional, so you might not be able to see them. You just hear them. Anyways, so that was like four years ago at least. Yeah, like more like 5 years ago. I haven't heard any howls up in the mountains here in quite a while. Sometimes I've heard howls up here when I walked that other trail. I've showed you that all these trails here in Gold Bar area, between Gold Bar and Index. There's actually just tons of them. There's tons of them in Index, tons of them in Gold Bar. They're all over the place. Oh, there's a chipmunk. Lucky they're not aggressive unless you're a knucklehead, making a bunch of noise, getting drunk, being stupid, and then they'll try to intimidate you. I was camped one night at Jay Lake in the rain, and I woke up in the middle of the night and turned on my light, and I heard a rock hit my tent. You see, so they're just hanging out with you. And Then they threw the rock at my tent. It was gentle toss, you know, nothing angry. And I didn't, you know, I'm not scared because I know that they're not violent. How pretty is this? That's pretty. So anyways, I didn't react, you know, they didn't carry it any further. And in the morning when I was putting away my tent, I saw the rock. It was about as big as a baseball. And that same camp spot was where I had one of my first encounters. I was it was like in December, and I was just leaning up against a tree at like 6 in the evening or so. I was just waiting to get in my tent, just relaxing, and I heard these footsteps walking like 30 feet in front of me, and I knew exactly what it was. It was a Sasquatch checking me out. And because I did research on them before I went in the wilderness, you know, it helps to know what's going on before you go out there. To be honest with you, a lot of people, they don't do any research. They don't have a clue. So anyways, the Sasquatch was just checking me out. And after about 5 footsteps, it was cracking the ice with its feet. And I knew it was a Sasquatch and not a person, because I'm up there. It's like 4 miles from the trailhead. Nobody's up there. And I had a flashlight right next to me, so I just shined my flashlight in the area, but I couldn't see anything, so it was probably in a different dimension. Anyways, like I said, I've had lots of encounters. None violent. And like I said, they kind of were like, they befriended me here at Wallace Falls State Park. Must have been 7 years ago maybe. Might have been 2017. I have videos and all this stuff if you go back. All right, that's enough jibber jabber. Thanks to your patience. I think I forgot to tell you about my job. The aerospace company called me this morning and they want me to start work again this weekend, but I already accepted 4 shifts from the security company for tomorrow through Sunday, so I have to talk to my manager at the aerospace company. Hopefully they'll understand my situation. Alright, so as you can see, it's here in the Northwest we have no shortage of water. So like I've said, I appreciate it because you get the clean air and the clean water. All sorts of bad things are happening in this world all the time, so I don't know, it affects me. I feel for the victims. Wow, see, I think that's pretty, all those clouds. See, as a Christian guy, I see it like this. I see God paints a picture. You know, this is beautiful artwork. All right. So somebody back from his nature walk. I recognize that man. He didn't say hello to me. I think he's a local man. I've seen him over the years here. I've said hello to him in the past. Nice guy. Hopefully I'll see some deer or something on this walk. They've had this sign here quite a long time here at Wallace Falls State Park in Gold Bar. It's off Highway 2. So I'm still congested, but I'm healthy enough to work as long as I don't cough on people and all that. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. I can go to the right and take the what's called the Greg Ball Trail, or I can go to the left. It's a forest road. So I think I'm gonna go left. Although it's a pretty quiet day, so I don't know. Like I said, I'm spoiled. I'm gonna go left. So I'm hoping it doesn't rain because I didn't wear my full-on raincoat, which is only average, as you remember from the videos from before. See, sometimes I see deer right here, especially like at dusk. Like when I've come back at night here, just after sunset, I've seen some huge deer. Not elk, but big deer. Pretty cool. I like seeing the animals. Whatever. All right, so this is where you can go right or left. I'm gonna go left. These rainy days are so pretty. All the water makes the colors just jump out. So like I said, I hope it doesn't rain. Kind of. That's the way it goes with gear. I got this warm hat on, and I even have thermal underwear on today. So I'll think about taking a shower when I get home, get all cleaned up. I'll show you guys some amazing waterfall here. Well, I'm just getting started, and I already took off my scarf and my warm hat. Whatever. I'll survive. I brought my red cup for water. I did not bring any trail mix or anything. So, like I said, I'll survive. So with this, I know I'm talking too much, but I tried to make it educational for you people that aren't professional hikers. So I'm walking this fire service road for a couple miles, just taking it nice and slow. And then I'm going to go down to the other trail, and then it's a bit of a mountain climb from there to get to the waterfall lookout. So I'm going to ease into my cardio here. No rush. These days in Washington, it gets dark after 4 o'clock, so you really got to be finished earlier. Unless you want to bring all the headlights and all that. Look how pretty this is. All right. Yeah, I'm glad I'm here. Let's have some fun. I don't know what happened here, but some trees got blown down, so now we have a better view into the valley. There's no trail that goes up to that valley. That's like Wallace River Valley. That's where all the water comes from. So I got my music blasting. I don't know, I just appreciate this. We got a bunch of red cedars here. I brought a different stick today. This is one of my old favorites. I put gloss on there. It's a red cedar. I watched a video once, they told me that red cedars are like the most common tree up here in the Northwest, including like Canada, Vancouver Island. There's a lot of wildlife on Vancouver Island, Canada. I saw a video years ago of a Washington State Bigfoot researcher. Him and his wife were researching up there on Vancouver Island. And the forest was so amazing. I don't know, it's hard to say. It's like massive trees, just full-on rainforest. Like out of this world. And it was funny. It was like probably 7 years ago, and they were trying to be all quiet so they wouldn't they would have a chance of seeing a Sasquatch and all that. It's like, dude, they're interdimensional. They're standing right next to you. It's funny. See how pretty this is? If you're a nature lover. We're just getting warmed up. We have an incredible waterfall to go check out today. So like I said before, I hope it doesn't rain because that makes it a lot better for filming because there's a lot of moisture in the air. So if it doesn't rain, that means my camera stays dry. So this is an old, massive red cedar that was logged several years ago. I watch videos on like the internet, and the trees they used to cut down out of the Pacific Northwest here in the Cascades were like 3 times as big as this. Like there's pictures of just these trucks with one tree on them, and the tree's just giant. just something to think about. Look how pretty that is. All right. Lots of moss, huh? Time for a drink of water. How do you like these nature walks? Pretty wild, huh? So for you that are not from Washington, could be from halfway around the world, on the other side of the world. So yeah, right now I'm in middle part of the state, a little bit north of Seattle. Up in the North Cascades, it's all snow. That's like a 2-hour drive north for me. They're gonna have to close that Highway 20 pretty soon, because all these storms that are rain down here, they're all snow up there. So we have a lot of nature. And then you have the Olympic Peninsula, which is getting a lot of rain on the lower elevations, and snow on the higher elevations. And you have Mount Rainier National Park. My music just turned on. All right, so anyways, there's just a ton of nature here for those of you that aren't from here. It's pretty neat. There's also a ton of intercity trouble. Also, don't kid yourself. We have what's called the liberal government, where they're all into that transgender stuff, like inclusiveness. But the minute you talk about church and all that, they're not going to be inclusive for that. It's kind of a, it's like, really? What happened to your inclusiveness? All right. I just think this is so pretty. I could just film this whole hike, but I'm not going to. I'll probably end the video with the waterfall, because it's already being a long video. The forest is so pretty. Starting to rain now. This waterfall is you're gonna like this waterfall. Look closely, these are big trees. Big, beautiful trees. It's kind of funny. It's like I'm not a cocaine addict, but I guess you could call me a nature addict. So I saw something back here. I was gonna film it, then I decided not to. Yeah, there's a tree right there that's like bent over, but it's also tucked in underneath that other tree. That's what Bigfoots do. And then I kept walking and whoops. You see that broken tree? The male Bigfoots, they're like 11 feet tall. I saw one once in the evening at the Olympic Peninsula, Hurricane Ridge, and it really had long legs. That's what I noticed. So they break trees like this. There's another one right next to it, so that's why I decided to film it right there. So that's two right next to each other. So some of the stuff they do, they build tree structures. Like they'll lift up trees and put them in like a pyramid. So those trees are like, the tall one's like 9 feet off the ground there. So while I'm on the subject, yeah, they make structures, which I've seen here in Wallace Falls State Park, all kinds of stuff. Sometimes the rangers take them down after the years go by. The rangers are pretty hush-hush on talking about the Sasquatches. So while I'm on the subject, is I've been in this area and I've seen structures down here to my right, just like this. And I walked down there, this is like 6 years ago, and they have the ability to mess up your electronics. Like my camera stopped and all sorts of stuff. It's pretty bizarre. So this is the Boy Scout Trail. I guess I'm gonna keep walking. See, it's pretty far. Good exercise. I haven't gotten to the mountain yet. But I'll get there. There's another broken tree. Look closely there. And there used to be some structures down here, but I don't quite see them. That security company, it's called Northwest Security Services. My scheduler just called me and asked me if I wanted to work tonight from 11 o'clock at night till 4 in the morning. It's like, when am I going to sleep? I have to work tomorrow at 4 in the afternoon, you know? It's like, sorry, I'm not that strong. Actually, sorry, not sorry. Like I told you before, I try to be submissive to the employers. Try to be submissive in life. That's a good idea. All right, I'm talking too much, but that's all right. Okay, I just walked off trail a bit. You You can see what's called a tree break right there. And many years ago, this was a structure I saw. Now it's been so many years, it's like, not sure. But, there's another phone call here. It's my boss. This technology is so wild. I just took a phone call from my supervisor, my manager. I'm out here in the forest of Gold Bar, but I get reception. So as you can see, this is a full-on structure here. The way these trees are all bent down and tucked in there. See, I'm just above the fire road there. See, that tree's totally tucked in. This might be still in operation. And you see that tree? That tree is just set on top there. It's like hanging. You have to look really closely. There it is. That branch right there, it's set on top there. It's like, I don't know what kind of shelters they have, or, you know, but this might still be functioning, I think. Yeah, it's got a place for them to sit. Like they can hunt. They set up blinds to hunt deer. I think they eat deer. Anyways, I'm talking too much, but I thought I'd film this. It looks like it's still in operation, actually. Pretty cool. And there's another bent tree that I filmed years ago. Looks like it might still be the same one. See how it's tucked in here perfectly? See, that's not normal. It looks like it's been there for years because all the moss has grown up around it. All right. Having fun now. So did I already tell you that I talked to my boss just now on the phone, and he said it's okay. So he totally nice about it. I'm going to go into work for the machine shop 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week. Then I'll work my other job from 4 o'clock to midnight. And then I'll go full-time at the machine shop next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 12-hour shifts, and then I'll work security shifts around that. So it's time to work. That's good. Whatever craziness is going on in the world, I know there's craziness. The government, these world leaders. I watch these videos, and it's amazing how wealthy people are. People have millions of dollars. And I have like very little, but I'm comfortable. You know, I have enough to support my automobile, which is important. Gives me freedom of travel. All right. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. There's your Bigfoot structure. I'll film some more if I see some more. It's quite possible. Sorry, I gotta film it. It's too pretty. Like I said before, it's hard for me to stop my music while I'm right in the middle of a fantastic song. Because on Spotify, you make your own playlist. It's called like songs. So every song that plays is one you like. So I'm just like, I'm vibing out. But yeah, this forest is pretty, so I'm going to film it. There's one man that just passed me going down. First person I've seen. Sometimes people like to take the quiet trail. Okay, I might as well film where the fire road turns into the trail again. This is where I'm going down to the Greg Ball Trail. This trail goes up the mountain another 1,000 feet to Wallace Lake, and then another mile to Jay Lake. So there's lots to see here. I got mountain lions up there, black bears, you know. Occasionally people see them. It's funny, one day I rode my bicycle up here years ago, maybe 8 years ago, and I just ditched it on the side of this trail and rode it back down after I was finished. Pretty good idea. Oh, we got some mushrooms, maybe. Lots of mushrooms. That's pretty neat, huh? Yeah, I just wanted to film. This is where it goes down to the other trail. It's just too much beauty. I got to keep filming. It's my favorite parts of these trails. I've been walking this park for 10 years now. December will be exactly 10 years since I moved up here. It's one of my favorite parts right here, that tree stump. I'm having fun. It's good exercise. Oh, this guy changed his mind. You changed your mind.
You made a wrong turn back here.
Oh, you made a wrong turn. Okay. Where are you going?
To the Upper Falls.
Okay, yeah, you got to go left when you get down there.
Yep, I went the wrong way.
You know, the middle falls is really spectacular, right?
Yeah, that's where I'm going to first. I'm not going to the upper, I'm going to the middle.
Yeah, the lookout.
Yeah.
That's the postcard shot.
Yep.
Have you been there before?
No.
Oh, it's flowing really hard today.
Yeah, I came in from that way and I hit that fork and I came up here rather than going that way. And I realized it when I hit the next mat down there. I'm like, I knew I was going the wrong way. I'm like, I'm going away from the river. This isn't right.
Yeah.
And I looked and like, crap.
All right.
I just added an extra mile to my walk.
That's all right. You got your dress shoes on. Look, I got to film that. Look at that. Those are hiking shoes, deluxe.
Hey, when the opportunity arises to go see the falls, doesn't matter what you're wearing. You got to go.
Yeah.
Like, you can always clean the shoes. You can't get the view back.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Classic walking shoes. They look pretty comfy, actually. He took a wrong turn. He walked up here. Then he was going back toward the parking lot, which luckily he figured out. Nice guy. Out for a crazy rainy day stroll. These are the days where I'm at home. It's like, are you serious? You want to go out in that weather? But as you can see, it's very beautiful. So well worth the effort. Just for a few hours. You know, I'm not backpacking or anything like that like I used to back in the day. It's just kind of boring for me. Like it gets dark at like 5 o'clock and it's pouring rain, and you know, it takes a lot of work. I had my time out in the wilderness. I'm 60 years old. I kind of prefer like a cabin now, which I don't have. All right, we carry on here. All right, it's pouring rain now. Nice and wet. Yeah. Welcome to the Pacific Northwest on a rainy day. Like I said before, we're gonna get some sun, and what is it? Today's like the 13th or something. Another 5 days, we're gonna get some sun, so not to worry. It's easy to freak out when you first move here and you don't see the sun. It's like, oh my gosh. That's how we get the clean air and the clean water. See that tree on the left with all that moss? That's one of my favorites here. Makes a nice picture. Look at that rainforest. Amazing, huh? Yeah, I guess I'll do a selfie. Some people like to see who's making the video. I just saw a few people coming back down. They're actually going up right there. One young lady had a beautiful dog. Yeah, I gotta film this. This is just like Rainforest Central. This is where the incline starts. So in case you're not from Washington, the weather's like this for the next 5 months. Lots of rain. All right. Lots of snow also, the mountains. If you live in the city, lots of crap, that's all. Totally different. Sometimes I work in the city, and it's like, why would you want to live there? It's not healthy. In my opinion, it's not healthy. But this video is getting kind of long, huh? It's all right. That's pretty. This camera's doing a good job to catch it. I'm gonna film this guy. He's got a leather jacket on, an interesting hat, and long hair. Classic. No backpack, just out for a stroll. Gotta love it. I don't know if that's thunder or an airplane. Well, I'm finished with the first incline. Didn't seem as tough as usual. Talk to that guy. He's a happy hiker. He enjoyed the falls. Okay, this is called Last Push here. Up to the main lookout, the postcard lookout. Doesn't take too long, 10 minutes. What a day, huh? Whew. All right, I'm camera happy here. Thank you for your patience. Having fun? You like these wet days? It's okay, it's only a few hours. Go home and throw my wet jacket and clothes in the dryer. Take a nice hot shower. Enjoy life. So there's this tree here that's really interesting. You gotta check this out. That is pretty nifty, huh? The bears claw at that. All right, I'm getting to the postcard view of the waterfall. So I'm just walking up, thinking about a few things and, you know, philosophies of life. And humans forget that every breath is a gift. Life is a gift. That's pretty. All righty.